everybody. We are getting ready to go live. Yay! I think that we are officially live. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Yay!
Yes.
I see everyone saying hello in the comments already. Oh, you guys are so amazing. I am so excited. Here we are again for day 2 of Unleash Your Potential. Welcome as you guys are joining in, as you can hear us and see us and all the things. Comment in the live chat. Let us know where you are tuning in from. Let us know how you're doing. And I would also love to specifically ask for you guys to post in the chat, what is the biggest aha moment or takeaway that you received from our training yesterday? Okay,
Yes.
so in case you are new to this, or you're like, wait a second, what did I just walk into? This is surprise, here we are. This is the Unleash Your Potential Masterclass, and I am here with the beautiful Ms. Jaqueline Hooper. We are co-hosting, co-teaching this class together. This is day 2. So if you are in this video and you're like, wait a second, there's a day 1, go to my channel, click my name, go to my channel, and you should be able to see day 1 in there, and you can go watch that video and then also tune into this video. But I am so excited. Hello, everyone. Oh my gosh, so many people joining in. I'm so excited to see everybody.
Coach Candy's on.
Coach Candy's here. Yay.
I was just thinking about her.
Oh my gosh, you called her.
Check your messages.
Awesome. Yes. Brooke is so here. Funny. Lee. Veronica, oh my gosh, Domenico, Charisse, hello everyone. We are so excited to have you here. Candy is saying the biggest takeaway from yesterday was claiming my personal power and healing, and letting that be enough to propel me forward. Yes. Amen to that. So good.
Yes.
So good. Hello, Christy and everyone. Oh my gosh, we are so excited to roll with the energy today. Melissa's joining us. Hi, Melissa. Oh my gosh. So as you all know, you probably already know now, Miss Jaqueline Hooper here, but just in case anyone is tuning in for the first time, they don't know who you are, haven't seen the other video, let's just introduce you one more time, because everyone knows who I am.
Yeah, I love talking. And if they know me, I love talking about me. So I'm good with doing that.
Yeah, there you go. Go for it. Let us know. Yay. Who are you, Jackie?
Yes. Who the heck is this chick? Well, my name is Jaqueline Hooper. I'm a soul expansion coach. I help people rediscover their spiritual gifts by tuning into my psychic abilities to bring forth whatever it is that's ready for you to claim, whether it's your intuition, your psychic gifts, your healing, business as well. We support people with expanding and thriving in the business settings that they desire for themselves. So I'm so excited for day 2. I warned you all yesterday to make sure you bring your journals. I didn't know why yesterday, but today I do know why. Holy cow. I mean, as soon as I saw Cristina, I said, girl, I got a lot to go over. I actually have Loren picking up the twins because I know we're going to go past my allotted time. And so I'm okay with that.
Perfect. Good to know.
Yeah. You're going to be here for a minute, friends, but it's going to be all good. It's going to be so good.
Oh my gosh. I'm so excited to continue this conversation and the energy that's coming forward. I just feel like there's so much that's happening, so much that's going on. I feel like everyone's feeling it too. Like we said in yesterday's video, it's kind of like coming off the back end of the full moon, because this was such a powerful energy in July. And July is just such a powerful energy as a whole. Yeah. And really, in terms of propelling us forward into the next level of our expansion, the next level of who we are meant to be, the next level of our potential, our creative energy, like all of the things, right? And it's so funny because literally this morning I was on Facebook and I just saw someone posting in a Facebook group being like, is anyone else feeling what's going on? Can any astrologers tell us what's happening? Because this is insane. This is crazy. And there were so many comments in there and people saying yes, these planets and that planets, and this is what's happening and blah, blah, blah. And I don't remember the details, but there was a lot of stuff that's happening, a lot of this cosmic energy that is going on. And that is literally shaking us up. It's like the energy is shaking things up on earth is what it feels like.
Yeah.
And we obviously are impacted. And, through that process, it's, excuse me, it's literally like nudging us, forcing us into, the healing and the releasing and letting go, and really, being in that place where it's like, I'm just going to claim who I am and step into this power now. Do you know what I mean? It's like, there's no more excuses. There's no more running around in circles and maybe this, maybe that. It's this push into our potential, this push into becoming aligned with who we are meant to be, becoming aligned with that potential energy. And so it's kind of one of those things where we're all doing this together, right? It's not just me or Jackie or a few people here, a few people there. We're coming together to do this. And that's why I think it's so cool to be able to come together in this live masterclass with everyone who's watching, whether you are live right now or you are on the recording, but to be able to share this energy from our individual perspectives, share with the messages that are coming through from the angels. And funny enough, Archangel Orion was the one who came forward today, and he had his team of cosmic angels. The cosmic angels came forward, and I was like, okay, hi. And also Archangel Shamuel, by the way. Archangel Shamuel came forward too. And Shamuel is the one who's really connected to this like movement forward. Like, what are the next steps? Like, let's move forward now. Let's step into this now. He's the one who brings the energy of that like pushing forward. You know what I mean? So it's almost like as we emerge out of this energy, all the things, we're emerging as this more of our pure divine selves. You know what I mean? More of that aligned, connected energy to who we truly are. And, it's one of those things where we're releasing all the things that are not in alignment with us, and what's not in alignment with us are the things that are heavy, right? It's like, if you think of yourself as a divine being that is made up of light, and that your divine being is also light, right? Meaning that you're not heavy. So the things that are heavy that we carry with us, the things that are heavy from the past, the things that are heavy within our bodies, the things that are heavy in whatever way, in whatever form, we're being guided right now to release all of that. And, I know that Jackie has a lot to share about this. I know a lot has been coming through for you. So I want to invite you now to share all of the incredible nuggets and wisdom and information, because I know there's a lot that's coming through.
There really was. And, again, as always, we don't compare notes until we're like literally ready to share notes. And that's when we're like, oh my God, you're so bang on that it's just always divinely perfect. If we need to know what divine time looks like, I'm starting to kind of freaking see it as I'm sitting here on this masterclass. I have to tell you, and I'm kind of emotional in this moment as I'm putting these pieces together, as someone that struggled with divine time for quite some time, like literally 5 minutes ago, watching this, like I'm getting it. They're like, are you paying attention? Because you and I did not need to compare notes to get this perfect divine connection right at the proper time that we needed it, 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time today to give this masterclass. And I'm like, wow.
Yes.
Oh, you know what I mean? So just a moment for Jackie to be like, holy shit, that was good. But I absolutely
so much. I love that. You're like, okay. Yes.
I'm gonna journal on that when we're done. It's so good. But you're so right. I also opened up Instagram. It wasn't Facebook this morning. And, my love affair with Dr. Michael Lennox. You know how much I love him. And he was saying, kids, today's the day for shadows. Those shadows are coming up big time. And it makes perfect sense with like what Orion was sharing with you and the cosmic angels about how there's so much more light coming up, to, to be revealed. Well, what happens when you stand in front of the sun as it rises? Your shadow moves and becomes bigger in the back. You know what I mean? Like you have a shadow effect. And that's exactly what's coming up right now for all of us. Aspects of our shadows that, again, shadows are neutral. They're a benefit to you if you choose to use them as such. It's when we get into the victim energy of why is this so hard, or what saboteur energy of this is just never going to work, or the martyr is the one I like to favor. I'm going to do it this way and you're just going to freaking conform, like done. You know what I mean? When we have this coming up, I have to sit up in my chair. I'm so ready. When we see these shadows coming up, we get to choose. We get to choose if we're going to fall in and let them lead, or we get to choose if we're going to go, oh, I see this. Oh, I'm a bigger being. Like you said, I'm a light being. Like I am so much brightness to me that I can look at this duality and work with it to heal, work with it to learn. Mm-hmm. So the first thing they came up with this morning as I was channeling with them, and here's your journaling, get your books out, hurry. And you can come back and listen to all this. I won't make you do all this while we're on here. There's not going to be a quiz. Come back and watch the replay.
But write this down.
Write this down. Exactly.
This down. I saw Lee made a comment. They have their 2 pens ready. So
good. I'm not even joking you. I'm telling you, it's that day. I have them right here. What is potential? What is potential? I need you all to define for yourselves what potential means. Don't go cheat and use Google, okay? Because Google's got its own impression of potential. I need you to tell me, or in your journal, talk to me.
Yes.
What does potential mean to you?
Yes. And you can share in the chat too. If
you're on it.
For you, yes. Like tune in right now, feel this energy. Like what is potential? What is the first thing that comes to you? Share it in the chat.
Right in the chat. 100%. Christina, because we're not just gonna put them on the spot. What does potential mean for you?
Oh my God, are you asking me?
I'm asking you.
Oh God,
let's go, girl.
So for me, potential is the energy of what I get to create. It's like this energy that exists that is showing me and leading me into what's possible. You know, it's the energy of that possibility. It's the energy of expansion. It's the energy of this is the way. Do you know what I mean? It's like, for me, it's like that energy of what gets to be created. And I also feel the connection to, and you mentioned this, and I was like, hey, she read my notes. It was, we get to choose that. So it's the choice as well that's getting that potential.
Exactly. Because this is what we talked about Chicago. This is what we're helping people. We're going to talk about it some more. What we're helping people step into. Your potential, you can know it. But if you don't bring it in and embody it, you're not stepping into it. Mm-hmm. Potential is your capacity to create anything you choose in your now and in your future. Mm-hmm. That's what potential is for me, of course. Yes. Right. And so when we look at potential, the other journal prompt, well, let's stop and read the ones that are coming through. You've got that, right?
Okay, you want me to read it? Yeah. I want to read what's coming through. So Margaret's saying possibility. I love that.
I love that, Margaret.
PR Magic, so true. I had the hardest loss of my life in leaving my biological family because they didn't serve my highest good. Yes. Coach Candy is saying potential to me means the highest and best version of my life that's possible. Yes, I love that. Mm-hmm. Meg is saying potential means freedom in an open future, feels light and exciting. Oh my gosh, yes. Melissa is saying it means to be authentic and share your truth and light in the world, and how you can become the best version of yourself, the process of self-love and compassion. I love that so much.
I'm coming back and writing that down.
Yes. I know, right? Let's screenshot this right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Potential is becoming your highest good. Yes, I love that.
Yes, so it's so good. You guys are tuned in. You were all ready for this Unleashing Your Potential masterclass. You were all ready. So then in that case, knowing what you know, connected to what you're connecting to, talk to me about what true potential is based in, or where it comes from. What is true potential based in? Where is it coming from? How are you connecting to it? Mm-hmm. We connect to it through the force of our intention. Now, the force is the energy. It's a force of energy. That is our intention. It's backed, and then you've got intention. You know, the car gets pushed forward when you put gas in it. The energy, the force, the potential is what pushes your intention forward. It's what pushes your desires forward. So where does this potential come into play? It comes into play when you know what your desires are. They did not want to come and mow the grass tomorrow like they're supposed to. They did want to come today at 2:30 in the afternoon. This is like perfect. But this energy, this force of energy that is potential, it's what fuels desire. It's what fuels intention. It's what fuels passion. Right? Your story is where it's coming from. If you've not connected to the unique aspect of you, which is your story, that's huge. We got to go there, because remember yesterday we talked about this. No one can share your story. No one can talk about the things you're meant to talk about, teach about the things you're meant to teach about. And no one can unleash this potential that you hold. It's your inner being that's there connected, telling you what to do, when to do it, how to do it, right? Makes sense? So to unleash your potential is to step fully into the life, into the success, into the money, into the relationships, into the knowing that you're capable of having whatever it is, all the things, an avalanche of overflow. That's my new friend. Like, you're the one that taught me about how you want, I don't know where my notes left off, but anyways, you're the one that taught me about, oh, what does it feel like to have an overflow? And I'm like, oh, overflow. I like that. And I've used it so much. I've like, okay, ego, stop it. I want an avalanche of overflow. I want an action behind my overflow, more action than just that, right?
The avalanche.
Oh yeah.
Stop it. You can't stop that overflow.
No, you don't. And you don't want to stop that avalanche when it's connected to your potential. Because if anybody can speak about that, it's this one right here. I want an avalanche of source resource. I want an avalanche of source opportunity. I want an avalanche of source divine creativity that is going to propel me into the places in front of the faces, into the spaces that is going to support me in creating what it is that the divine asked me to show up and do in my own likeness, my own unique divine expression, right? Which is July. July is all about expression of your truth, right? But you hold all of this to bring forth into the reality, which is this earth class. And so if you don't do it, no one can do it for you. That's like that's the hard concept. We like to hide behind that sometimes.
And I think that's the biggest thing of this energy that we're all feeling with the full moon, with all the things, the cosmic energy, like all the stuff, is that it's calling us forward into a greater expression of who we are, of our truth, of our light. And for some of us, it's like, wait, you mean I can't hide behind this thing anymore? Like, you mean that we are tearing this apart and we're breaking down these layers and we're releasing this that no longer serves me, so that I am fully showing up and seen? Like, okay, like that's a lot.
That is a lot. And here's what Zeta's saying. Zeta is the collective that I channel, the 64 celestial beings that literally just flooded through because they want to make this point. It's not just time, and it's not just no longer acceptable to hide behind these things. It won't be accepted because your souls knew it would come to this point where we would all be communicating in this forum, in this arena. You knew, your soul knew to guide you to this place where this one is and where that one is. So we could share these truths with you that you would then know within your being. If you're, and you guys can, they can't give hearts on here, but you guys can say me, comment me. If you're feeling something going on in your body right now, this can be in your heart space. This can be in your throat chakra. This can be in your sacral chakra. This can be something in your third eye or your crown chakra. Comment me. If you're feeling these physical sensations, and she's saying these ones are, it's because your soul is right where it's supposed to be. And it's us that step forth. Part of my mission, part of Christina's mission, part of the communicating together that we are doing and will continue to do, is to bring this truth forward and to make these things known, because souls were ready to receive this.
Yes.
And it's one of the things I personally have had to lean into. Let's put psychic Jackie aside. The human Jackie's like, but where am I going to find the people? How is it going to come to be? Like, where's the stage, so to speak, that I'm supposed to, step into, the potential of stepping into it to express this? They already know. All the souls meant to be taught by me, no. All the souls meant to be coming to be healed by Cristina and the archangels, they're already in line. It's about us just moving beyond the shadows, moving beyond what we know holds us back from our potential. That's our job. That's the task.
Yes.
To look at what's holding us back from our potential, right? Whether it's fear, whether it's inadequacy, whether it's unworthiness. These are what the shadows create to keep you safe. But when you remember, because it's been activated, divinely activated within you, you saw me, you heard me, you were connected to Cristina, you were led to courses and things like that. So you can't hide behind the I didn't know, because it's not true. You know,
Yep.
you're here and you're safe and you're cared for and loved. You know what I mean? You know this. And so you can no longer allow your shadows to create this illusion that holds you back from being able to express that pure light.
Yep.
There's no more of it.
Yeah.
And so without looking from a judgmental space, because I've learned not to judge my shadows, I'm like besties with my victims sometimes. I'm besties with my saboteur sometimes, but I'm besties because they come forth to show me how to be a bigger me, how to harness more of my true higher self energy. So they're good people. Do you know what I mean? Like they're cool peeps.
Yes. Yes.
Here's your next journal prompt. I need you tuning in. What shadows prevent you from reaching your true potential? I know you know what it is that gets in your way. Maybe you can't label the shadow. That's okay. Post it here. We'll label it for you. We can certainly tune in and go, you've got sabotage stuff coming, so that you can go do your homework, sit in meditation and connect to your saboteur. Bro, why are you trying to sabotage everything? Go away. You know what I mean? They've got so much to share with you that when you can call them up and call them forward, you face whatever this fear or inadequacy or unworthiness it is they're putting in your face, so you can claim your power over it and step more fully into your potential.
Yep.
I'm getting a lot of me's. I see it. Lots of me's.
Everyone feels it. People know. Yep. Fear is coming up as a big shadow. Fear, and it's one of those things again just like you were saying, what we talked about yesterday is it's when we, instead of running away or pushing those aspects of us, fear, and it's like, oh my God, like the fear or the doubt or the whatever, like I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough. And it's like when we look at it in the face, that's actually when we take our power back. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I think a common thing, at least I've heard people say this to me a lot of times, is it's like, I don't want to look at it because I don't want to perpetuate, I want to manifest the thing. And I say, and it's a really great question. A lot of people come to me and say that, like, I don't want to look at this because I don't want to perpetuate it even further. I want to grow in that. I want to manifest that. And I say, when you look at it from the lens, when you are there and you're like, I'm going to look at this fear, and you're doing it, and you know that you're doing it from the intention of, because I'm ready to let go of it, because I'm ready to step into my power, because I'm doing it from a place of I am healing and I am expanding and I am growing, then you're not perpetuating it. You're actually dismantling it. When you look at it and you can name it and you can be like, that's the thing. And I'm looking at you right in the eyes and I see you, and I see you fear. I see you lack of doubt or trust or worthiness or whatever it is. I see you. Then it's like all of a sudden, all of the power that it holds over you, where it's like, it's like, it all falls.
It shrinks.
You claim your power back. You claim your power back, and you can look at it and you can be like, oh, okay, I can hold compassion for you. I can hold love for you. I can hold the sense of like, hey, what are you here to actually show me and support me with, so that we can rise together? You know what I mean?
So
and
good.
Instead of making yourself an enemy or an aspect of yourself an enemy, that's like, this part of me just always holds me back. It's like, oh, actually, this part of me is here to help me grow. This part of me is here to help me to show up. This part of me is here to show me more of my power, more 100%. Of who I am,
Yep. When I look at some of these comments here, like Jody G says fear, immediately your inner child comes to me. Like your inner child is what is an aspect. It's a shadow, that can oftentimes, need a little bit of attention to be reminded how safe that she is. Right. Brooke says judgment is a huge one for me. Sabotage energy. We sabotage by judging something. We don't even know what it is. I have a beautiful soul. She said, what did she say the other day? it is counting your, it is anticipating your failure before you even step up to bat. It's anticipating your failure before you even show up to bat. That's what she said. And I was like, boom. How many of us anticipate failure or loss? You know what I mean? Like, this isn't going to work before we even try the damn thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, sabotage energy, Miss Brooke, for sure. Purging. Yes. Yes. Yeah, purging for me, I've been in my head a lot. Yeah, we want to get outside that head. Melissa says fear of other people's opinions, judgments, and worthiness. That's martyr. The martyr wants to control all the external things, because once it's controlled and safe, I can emerge. But your soul's like, fuck that. No, it is safe when I emerge. Once I emerge, there's safety and security. Do you know what I mean? So we got to look at that martyr. Gabriella says, I'm afraid to start. Sabotage energy. It's not going to work. Don't even try, right? The saboteur comes in to keep us small because it cannot. Remember, yesterday we talked about it. The ego cannot see your future. Your shadows are their only thing they can go off of is where you started something in the past and it didn't come out to fruition the way you had hoped. It's where your inner child was wounded in the past and it's afraid of being wounded again. It's where you didn't try to control something and it went completely haywire and you're like, if I control it, I won't go haywire again. Yep. So your ego's trying to keep you safe, but you have to recognize you're not in any jeopardy of you know, they're replaying that. But did you die though? Like, did you die though? You know what I mean? You're not. Nothing can harm you. You're you are titanium. Your soul is titanium. Nothing can break your soul. I mean, go listen to Beyonce. I mean, it's her new single. Hello. But you can't. Your soul, nothing can harm it. Nothing can jeopardize it. Nothing can rob it of anything. What it is what it is and what it will always be, right?
Yeah.
So these are big things. It is safe for you to show you to the world. And I promise you, once you show you to the world is going to show up and reflect back to you your brilliance, your sovereignty, your benevolence. It's going to show you. This is where you get to dispel all of what this fear that the ego created is, because somebody's going to go, holy cow, I really love you. Oh my gosh, you're amazing. Yes. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, cool. I'm being received the way I want to, right?
The thing that's coming through right now, and I actually feel Archangel Raphael is the one who's coming forward as you've been sharing that. And what he's saying is that you deserve to give yourself another chance, right? Like for like what you were saying with like those past experiences that are in the shadows because you tried something before and then you failed and blah, 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 or this happened, but whatever it is. And Archangel Raphael is like, you deserve to give yourself another chance. Like, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you look at yourself as this pure, innocent, divine being and say, okay, let me give myself another chance. You know what I mean? Because you're not the same person that you were even yesterday, but let alone 6 months ago, let alone a year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever it is, right? You're not the same person. And so the experiences that you went through, especially as a child, which is what forms a lot of our shadows anyways from childhood, you're not that same child, right? You are emotionally mature now. You have life experience now. You are much more connected to the divine now, you know? And so to see that as like, I deserve that next chance, second chance, third chance, whatever chance it is, you know, but I deserve to give myself another chance. And let me actually dedicate that to my inner child. Let me do it for her or for him, you know, like, let me do it for them to show up in this way. Like, I deserve that. You know what I mean? And I want you to feel that right now in your heart of like, I do deserve another chance at this. And knowing that in this moment, from this perspective, even from this conversation that we've been having in this masterclass, that it's like, you're now starting or trying again or taking the next step or whatever it is for you specifically on your journey, but you're doing it now from this context, from what we're talking about today, not from the fear-based context from the past. You're doing it from this higher level of awareness. You're doing it from this connection to your potential. You're doing this from the place of, ooh, I can feel this being activated inside of me. And I know that I'm being called into something greater, into something more of who I am in my expression. So let me dedicate that to all of the past versions of me that didn't know this yet or didn't see this yet. And now that I have more of this context and more of this awareness, let me try again because I deserve that. That's the message from Archangel Raphael.
There's mic drops, but then there's moments when your soul just sees through your eyes and you're like, thank you so much for bringing this beautiful soul into my life so that I get to teach with her and inspire with her and lead with her, because damn, you don't even like, we're done. Thank you all for coming.
Okay, see you later. Bye.
But you're so right. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I see your daughter, and all of the, she's a sponge right now. She's learning new things. She's, trying new things out. She's been given permission to just try everything. And when things don't work, she's not judged. She's allowed to try it again or try it this way. When she was learning to walk, you didn't go, oh, this is a dud. This is under her back. She can't walk. You got her up and you showed her how to go again. And, if you needed permission to be okay with trying one more time, here's your permission and your sign to try one more time, and I would even encourage you not to keep track of how many times you've even tried, because it's not about score, right? It's like, this is the time, that I am going to be successful in this. And not for nothing, but every other time was successful too, because you learn from it. There's no such thing as failure. Right? Like, there's no such thing as failure. And so with everything that we've just said, what would this require of you? What would it require for you to see or do or be or let go of? What would be required of you to step more fully into this version of your potential, into this version of who you are? Like, to let these shadows go or to face them head on. What would be required of you? What would you have to release? And what would you need? How would you need to show up? Now, this is one, you and I were talking about it last night. We were talking about the whole, I don't even really remember the context of it. I think I was like, I don't think I need to show up and do anything. Like, I am who I am, and who I am is fine. I don't need to show up as anything different. I'm just going to love me the way I am. But you shared your perspective of it, and I freaking loved it, because I was like, damn, why didn't I think of that? I'm going to channel the archangels before I talk to you. Because damn, if she doesn't put you in your place half the time. But speak on that.
Yeah. So, I think the biggest thing is in terms of who we are, like, and this is something that I've recognized within myself in my journey, and also that I think is a big theme that comes up over and over again. And it's the theme of, who am I being? Who am I, like, what is the energy that I'm embodying? No matter what, right? Especially when the doors are closed, when the camera's off, when like no one's watching, all of those things. Who are you being, right? So who are you being when you're by yourself? Are you criticizing yourself? Are you in your mind? Are you in your head? Are you blah, blah, blah? Or are you in a place where you are really tapped into the energy and the love of your being, of your soul, right? And allowing that energy it's almost like, as soon as we tap into that and we remind ourselves of that presence, from there, the expansion automatically starts to happen, right? And so then from there, it can build into, okay, the things that you desire for yourself, right? Or the vision that you have for your life, the potential that you're tapped into right now, what you see for yourself and your potential, right? So we already asked that question earlier. Tap into your potential right now. What do you feel? What do you see for yourself in terms of your potential? So now that you're connected to that energy, you kind of feel it in your energy, have it in your mind, that kind of thing. How do we become that version of ourselves, right? How do I show up if let's say for me, right, I see myself in a place where I have my best-selling books, I'm speaking on stages to many people, all of the things. So when I show up in speaking, and I remember this even when I first started my YouTube channel, right? Now I'm so grateful that we are at 37,000 or something more subscribers here. But I remember showing up and it's like, well, who's going to watch me? I showed up and spoke in those videos as though I was speaking to thousands of people, right? When I desire to show up and speak in person, I'm showing up and speaking as though I'm talking to thousands of people, so for you, whatever the context is, are you showing up in the way where you're like, I know that this is who I am, this is who I'm becoming? Am I showing up in that same energy right now? Or is wherever I'm at right now, because we know that there is that, we'll call it delay time between what we feel energetically and where we are physically, right? Am I basing how I am based on this physical, like this moment right now that doesn't prove to me what I know to be true? Or do I connect to my potential and who I know I am already? And do I show up in that same energy? Do you know what I mean? And that's the thing that you want to connect with. And then again, that comes with you behind closed doors, when the camera's off, when all the things, like when the camera's off, am I like, ugh, like that sucked, this blah, 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 or am I in an energy of like, oh my gosh, like I'm so excited, that was amazing, and you feel the energy of everything that you know to be true, right? Like it's that's so the good that you want to connect with and see for yourself.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. And it's so, again, I just freaking love this. Like, is anybody else noticing this, or is it just me in awe and in this the Zeta came forth with a message. And the message was, the universe delivers resources to those who are ready to reach levels within their lives they've never seen before. It's you putting the best of the universe on display. It seeks to express itself through you. And that, all of what you just said, is absolutely perfect. Because again, when you're attempting to figure something out around something you've never done before, around a level you've never stepped into or reached before, you're attempting to use your logical and rational mind. And those things don't apply. It's kind of like, surprise, you've got a test, you can't bring your backpack in, and leave that notebook right at the door, your number 2 pencil's all you can bring in with you. And it's like, I don't have anything that I am connected to that I know works, right? That might have my answers. I have to walk into this blind, so to speak. And the universe is like, yes, but don't worry, because we have what you need moving forward. All you have to do is say yes. All you have to do is show up, and recognize that your potential is already very much alive and well. It's already within you. It's active. It's just about you connecting dots, right? Like, if my potential is already active within me, right? It's the gift God sent you down with.
The seed. It's the seed, like we talked
about. It's the seed. Hell yeah. It's like, wait, don't go down the chute yet, Jackie. Here. Gonna need that. You know what I mean? Like, literally, you're gonna need that. Read that on your way through. But your gift is your potential. It's what you're here to uniquely express, right? And so you're here, and you just gotta connect the dots. Some people say the breadcrumbs. I don't do that breadcrumb thing. That makes me nuts. But I'll connect dots.
I'll admit that I say the breadcrumb thing.
You do? I'm like, now I'm hungry. We're talking breadcrumbs.
Do you need a snack? Because I need to go to
exactly. That's the only time I want to use the metaphor about breadcrumbs. Like, I get choked up here. But for me, it's like, no, like, connect the dot. Your desire is linked to your potential. Your story linked to your potential. Your dreams, these big aspirations that I know you have within you, the dream of having, a family, the dream of having the ideal relationship, the dream of owning a big house, the dream of having material things, but the dream of achieving things within your world, the dream of starting a business that's going to be of service. Like, all of your dreams are linked to your potential. They would not be your dreams if they weren't.
Yes. Oh my gosh. So good. Yes. And I think that's the core thing, is that we are always led by our desires. Like, our desires are the key connector to our soul, to our being, and to our potential. So if I follow my desire to create a business, right? Or I follow my desire to, live in a certain place in the world, right? Like, whatever the desire is, is leading you into more of your potential, into more of you, into the more expression of you. So one of the things that I truly believe with this conversation of potential and desires is that it leads to more of us, right? So the more of Jackie's soul, the more of my soul, the more of each and every single one of you who's watching this, more of your soul, more of who you truly are. So as we show up and follow the path of our desires, and we say, okay, this is really scary, like, taking that leap, starting that business, showing up in this way, starting to speak this message or do this thing or travel the world or blah blah blah, whatever it is. It's like, of course there's going to be fear connected with that, because I don't believe that any of these things are like la la la, here you go, just go do your thing. Otherwise, it wouldn't be this path, right? But we know from this conversation now that because the fear shows up, the challenges show up, the shadow shows up when I'm in the pursuit of my potential, my desires, it's not there to hold you back. It's there to show you more of who you are. It's there to support you in digging deeper into your power, deeper into your truth, deeper into your potential, into who you're meant to be. So that as you face those shadows and look at them and you see them head on, you're like, hey, I'm looking at you, I'm naming you. The power that holds over you drops, and you claim that power for yourself. And then you move forward into alignment, into the embodiment of your potential.
Yeah, it's so good. And they're saying this affirmation in my head more than once. So as you're speaking, I'm like, okay, when she's done. No, I'm not going to. Okay, when she's done. You know how they are. So here's your affirmation I want you writing down. My potential makes the life I crave reality. My potential makes the life I crave a reality. Oh, it's so ease. And it's so flowy, flow. It is so magical. It is so easy. It just flows when you are connected to that potential, to that knowing that's within you that says, I've got this. I can do this. One of the things, I don't remember if it was yesterday we were talking about it in our live, or if it was something we were talking about, if I was just talking about it with a client, I'm not quite sure. But if you've heard it, I apologize for repeating myself. Now more than ever is this collaborative energy coming forth. Like we are really, truly being guided towards connection of unity and oneness with others.
Yeah.
And I am a firm believer that, when we come together as a community, as a tribe, as a collective, when we come together with the intention of expansion, and it looks different for everyone, expansion, but the intention of expansion, we are a greater force of energy to be heard and to be witnessed and to be, connected to with the universe. Like it is time for us to move into that feminine energy of connection, with those around us. And that, I think, is the backbone. That's the very thread that created Beyond Limitation Chicago. I mean, it was what we said we were coming together to continue to do. We had saw the magic in San Diego, which was the last event we did together. We saw the magic, we saw the connection, we saw the sisterhood. But now we wanted to expand it into another avenue where it was not just about connection of healing, but it's the healing and it's the ability to manifest into your world what you want and to come together and hold space, right? To hold space. Like, I don't remember who it was. I think it was Gabriella who said, I'm afraid to start. I've been there. You just said you've been there as well with the YouTube channel. When we hold space and you can see like-minded teachers, mentors, speakers, friends, other people in your tribe, in your community, having been there before, having that same fear and being where you might say, I'd like to be one day. This is why communities are so important. It's why Beyond Limitation is so important for people to be investing in. If this is resonating with you, if you're finding yourself ready to step more fully into your potential, it isn't that we're going to sit here and say, you need to do this if this is going to work for you, because the truth is that you don't. However, I can guarantee you, having done work like this myself, coming together, working this process, seeing all of its potential and where it's going to take us, it is going to help you much quicker, and you will not feel alone. You will have a sense of community and connection with the other people doing very much similar work, like their own path, their own uniqueness. I can't even, the best part about holding retreats or group programs is the aha moments people receive, not even because I'm teaching, it's because of what someone else is saying or someone else is speaking. Right? Like I remember talking to you on the beach going, I think the best part was when that one said this one about this one, and everything was like, what? You know what I mean? Like,
yes, absolutely. And I think that's the beauty too of people coming together in the specific way, in this like intent, like energy, where there's so much of this activation. There's so much, it's like, if you think of it as a container, right? Like the beyond limitations, whenever, and this is the case anytime you're creating like a program or any sort of space where you're holding some sort of transformation to happen, it's like a container. And then in this container, I see it as like buzzing, like we're all being activated as we step into that container. And not only is the container holding this buzzing, activating energy, but it's also as we come together, as all of us come in together, that exponentially, just expands that energy even more. And so it's not just the expansion within the container, but it's for each person individually. And then that ripples out to the world, right? To the
100%
around you.
I love it, because what we're stepping into, the buzzing you're describing, is love. End of the day, bring it all down. It's the energy of love. The universe buzzes with this energy of love. And each and every one of us holds a unique vibration connected to the universe that is also of love. And so when you bring in these folks together, it's an avalanche, my new word, they're making
yes.
It's an avalanche of love. And what happens? You take all of this energy with you, not depleting Cristina of it, because she gets it too and I get it too. And what it's meant to do in your life, it'll make its own, wave and ripple effect in your world, right? So we don't have to come into it and go, okay, Cristina, what did you want to receive from this event? Okay, and I want this. And then Candy, you're going to be there. What do you want? So that as we leave, we're like, Cristina, did you get this? Yes. Okay. Jackie, did you get this? Yes. Okay. Candy, did you? It's not about that. We don't have to worry about those details. We don't. The universe is like, you came together with the expression of expanding the energy that is me, love. And now how it's going to look and take form in your world is going to be beyond limitation. It is going to be beyond what you thought was possible, because while you were at the universe with, I don't think it would say this, but I see it as saying little retreat, I was busy working on this masterpiece that is you. And as you focused and just sat with your community and you expanded in my likeness, I was over here creating this tapestry that you're going to love. And so the universe is going to eagerly await you at the door. So when you leave, tears and all, because you have to leave us, but guess what, friend? It's okay. You're going to be fine. You can leave us. We're going to miss you too. But when you leave this experience, the universe is going to pick up where we leave off.
Yep.
Absolutely. And it is going to take you into places you've never seen before. Yeah. You have to be ready to step onto the launch pad. You will not be launched forward if you don't step onto the launch pad. And again, that is what the universe is saying. You can no longer hide behind aspects of you that keep you safe in whatever mundane rituals, practices, and routines you're doing now. Are they getting you what you want? Be real. Complete real. I mean, be real. Ownership here, right? Radical ownership. Are you where you want to see yourself? If you are, legit, we'll high five you, because we're like super excited to celebrate you. But if you are not, and many people are not, this is why these events are inspired, so that people can come step on the launch point, get what they need, nourish their souls, expand their souls, and take flight. We're ready to help you take that flight.
Oh my gosh.
This is the container we've created, and we've got this container pretty well, I would say, bedazzled. That's a good word.
I love that word.
Our container, Chicago, July 29th through the 31st, has been bedazzled. And it
Oh,
is going to be
so good.
so magnificent. And it's also supported with a new moon, which I swear we don't plan. It just happens to be around new moons and all the things. San Diego was too.
Yeah, that's what the universe is like, hey, but I think
Okay.
it's also the energy of the new moon. It's like the lead up between this full moon and the new moon at the end of the month, where what is the new moon all about? It's all about the new intentions and planting those seeds and really understanding how, as like you said, I just love that analogy of like, we've got to step onto that launch pad in order to take off. And this is the space to prepare you for that and to give you the confidence and the
Yes.
clarity and the empowerment to actually step into the launch pad. Because how many people are like, I want to step on the launch pad. I see it right there. I want to be on it, but
Yes.
something holds me back. Something is like, I'm like trying to walk to it and something holds me back. And I try to walk to it and something holds me back. This is the container where whatever's been holding you back, wherever you've been hesitating, whatever the thing is, it's like we're dropping that once and for all to be fully prepared in our truth, in our power, in our clarity and confidence to be on that launch pad and be like, I'm so ready for this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, I think that's one of the biggest shifts, and then into the energy of August and beyond, which is just going to be so incredible,
It's going to be amazing. August is all around abundance. So imagine if you were to invest in yourself in July, only for it to return to you tenfold or beyond in August. That's how the universe works. I know for me, for sure. I
Yeah.
have to invest and then I see, my return on investment, and I've never been disappointed when I bet on the universe.
One of the things
Ever.
that I've heard regarding investments and money and all of that I just absolutely love is that money expands you. Investing expands you. So when you're investing in
Yes.
you, again, remember what we talked about, like you deserve this chance for you, right? You deserve to take a chance on yourself. You deserve to bet on yourself, right? And so you deserve that for you. And when we bring in money, which is an energy, and we put that energy into us, into our potential, into our dreams, into our vision, money, which is the energy, is the expander, right? So when
Yes.
we bring that in, it expands us into that next level, and so it's one of those things where as we see the path ahead of us, as we see what we desire, as we see ourselves transforming into that next version of ourselves, it is going to ask for us to bring in this expansion energy, which money is one of the best. Like there's other expansion energies that exist, but money is one of the biggest ones.
It's the quickest one. It's the trigger too. Let's be
Yeah.
real. It's the trigger. And you don't have to look far outside yourself to see the trigger right now. It's
Yeah.
the trigger people use. It's the excuse people use too, is to not invest in themselves. Well, it's too expensive, or, I'm afraid to make that type of investment. I mean, there's lots of things the ego will present to us to get in the way of the expansion, because it's safe when it's where it's at, right?
Yeah.
But this event, many of our events, when we do them, they're just in person, and it allows us to just focus in a different type of way and hold an energy that's in a different type of space. But it was so clear before this event even was promoted, it had to be an online event as well, that we were going to not only bring people together in person, but it would be just as powerful and just as important for people that couldn't get there in person to be able to attend online. That is why your all access pass is available to you. So if you're not able to make Chicago next weekend in person, you can certainly show up online and have the same exact experience, aside from the food and us loving on you, as the rest of the attendees that'll be participating. It is free. Lifelong access in our Facebook group, where you're going to be able to come back and do replays. You're going to be able to come back and catch up on anything that you may have missed. This is the link that you need to use to go get your access pass. There's 2 spots left. We still have 2 spots left. We've had a lot of inquiry, but we're not holding that for anybody, because as soon as someone's like, I'm ready, and they make that deposit, it's theirs. There's 2 spots left for Chicago, and a room already set aside. You won't have to look for any arrangements. We've got something arranged for you. The room is extra, but it's there as an option for you to choose if you want to. So if you're in the Chicago area, the event of the century, I'm being
right?
kind of the event of the entire 2000s is happening next week, and you don't want to miss it.
Yes. And it's so funny. I was talking to a friend recently and telling her about how we're going to go to Chicago and do this event and all these things. And she was like, oh, cool. Like, why did you choose Chicago? Like, why Chicago? Which was
that's a good
question,
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, that's a really great question. And what I said to her, I was like, it was a feeling in my body. I just knew, I felt it and I knew it. And I was just so drawn to it. And I kept seeing Chicago everywhere, Chicago, like this show and this thing, and this person's from Chicago and blah, blah. Like Chicago was just like bombarding me everywhere. And that's when I knew. I was like, that's where it is. That's the next place.
Yeah, I've held space in Chicago, so I'm very familiar with the Chicago energy and this area where we're going to be. I've been there. I know I can pinpoint what expanded for me in my business after being in that energy. So I was like, when you said Chicago, I was like, bet we're there. Let's go. Chicago is also considered the Windy City, right? When you think of air, in the tarot deck, it's all around intellect. It's all around the rational mind, the logical mind, the conscious mind, the subconscious mind. Like, that's kind of what it's all associated with. You're going to go to the Windy City. Why? Because your limiting beliefs often take place up here. The mindset shifts and changes that need to happen up here. So when you think of going beyond the limitations, which is what Chicago's named, it's beyond limitations, we're taking you beyond anything that you can comprehend up here. Because when you stop using this, and when you start using this and your solar plexus, which houses your power, you become a force that is not even something that can be reckoned with here in the physical reality. It is just not possible. We're moving you beyond the limitations you create in your head about who you are, what you're capable of doing, what you're able to make financially, because we're going to be channeling there. We'll be channeling about your money. We'll be channeling about your business. We'll be channeling about how you're meant to serve people here. If you're doing it, awesome. It's a tune-up. If you've not done it, well, let me tell you, when you leave, you'll know what to do. But we're also going to be looking at your relationships and where you may fall short within the relationship you have with yourself and with the divine. There's going to be so many corners of your world that we're going to dig into. That's my favorite part of digging into people. They think they came for this and they left going, oh my God, I couldn't hide. You cannot hide. You cannot hide. And it's going to be in a loving fashion. We'll expose you in a very loving way. But it's going to be fun to expose things to people that they had no clue were what was getting in the way of their sovereignty, their power that they possess to show up and live the life that they dream, that they design based off of their dreams, right?
Yep. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. It's just going to be
going to be so good. And we have a team that's coming with us so that no one is overseen. You'll be an active participant in breakout rooms. You'll be an active participant in the conversations that are being had. We will be kind of calling you up, if that makes sense, and sharing you. You'll be off mic, like you will be in the room, but you won't pay what people pay to come to the event. You get it for $8.97. You can stay in your jammies, like it's going to be amazing. But yeah, I mean, it's an event you definitely do not want to miss at all. The people that are going to be there, it's just a powerhouse already of people that are going to be there. And what they're going to be stepping into. There's just this energy that's kind of come in. I was dreaming about it last night. Of the aftershock is what it's called. It's what they call. That's what they called it, not me. And by all means, people don't get nervous, but there's an aftershock. When you have an earthquake, you have tremors and aftershocks, right? Because it's like getting it back into balance wherever this earthquake took place. The earthquake will be what you experience there in the best possible impression. And then, there's just going to be so much that comes. The aftershocks in your world are going to delight you. That's
Yeah.
a good one.
Blow
They're
your
gonna be
mind.
they're gonna be delicious. I feel like that word.
Yes. And so that's why we're also including as a bonus to this. I don't think it's actually written on the page, but as a bonus to this, we are including that support after the fact, where we're still staying connected, answering your questions, whatever it is that we're guided to do. We might go live together inside the Facebook group. I don't know, like whatever is guided, whatever is needed, but we're staying connected after the fact. So it's like this like, I don't know, like intensive, like the 3 days together, July 29th to the 31st. And then after the fact, as we experience the aftershocks, as we experience the integration, as we experience the like, okay, this is all the things that came through. Oh my gosh, I'm ready to blast. As you're blasting off, right? You're on the launch pad, you're blasting off. And as you're in the rocket, we're here like, okay, like, how are you doing? What's going on? Hi. Okay. Yes.
Waving from the pad.
I'm freaking out right now. Please help me. Like, okay, yes, we got you. Like you're okay. This is the thing. This is the guidance, whatever it is. You know what I mean? So it's a full experience where it's not just like, here's the stuff, see you, but it's like, here are all the things. We're with you every step of the way, and we're supporting you after the fact. You know what I mean?
And I think that's something that I know I love about me, and I know I love it about you too, is when you work in the energy of integrity, it is just not about collect the dollar, show up for the thing, and then see you later, adios.
Yeah.
The true integrity of the energy that we want to and impact we want to make may last or linger even after the experience. And that is something that, you and I both work on behalf of the divine. You hear that the soldiers say, I work at the pleasure of the president. No, thank you. I work at the pleasure of the divine. So if source came to us and said, there are some that are still in need of a bit more support, we're going to be there to do what we need to do, because we're God's teachers. You know what I mean? And that's just the way that it's going to be. So I love that about us. I love that about anything that we do. We are still there to make sure anything that you're wobbly on, we can support you with becoming steady. I mean, that's what Mother Mary brought forth for this event, is the stability and being stable. And it's so cool because if you think about life, it ebbs, ebbs, and then it flows, and then it ebbs, and then it flows, and it ebbs, and it flows. One of the things that I've had to be, and I'm still working on it, if I'm very vulnerable and I'm honest, when things ebb and things flow, you still want the arrow that's me, staying stable, straight line as you're ebbing and flowing and ebbing and flowing and ebbing. You want the arrow that is me, the stability through the whole thing. So when you ebb, that doesn't change. When you flow, that doesn't change. When you ebb, that doesn't change. You can ride this wave of ebbing and flowing and ebbing and flowing with certainty and stability, right? Does this make sense? And so no matter if you're on the high, and Brooke's like, I'm ready for the high, I'm ready for the aftershock. Thomas said, it's time for me to invest in me. Yes. So whether you're on this up here going, hell yeah, I'm ready, or whether you're down here going, this is painful, you still want to be able to maintain some sort of equilibrium, or is stable the word that she used when you were channeling with her?
She used the word steady. It was specifically
steady. Thank you. I knew it was wrong. She kept looking. I'm looking at her. I'm like, what's the word then?
Like, no.
Ask. Not at all. It is steady. It is steady that she wants us to remain, so that when we are facing anything, yays, nays, OMGs, we're staying where we need to be. So she's very present. She's day one. Like Mother Mary was someone we are meant to really connect to on day one. Jesus is someone that has stepped forth to support us with prosperity, true prosperity.
Yep.
I don't even know that I've channeled what he's going to give me yet. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, prosperity, but I don't even think
there's so much more that's coming. Yeah,
I think he's got a version we've not yet talked about, heard about, read about, taught about at all. And I'm here for it. I'm so here for it.
Yes. Oh my gosh, this is so good. I am so excited for this. It's going to be powerful, so powerful, and life-changing, like literally shifting the trajectory. If we've been going like this, like it's time to go like this and move up. You know what I mean? And Oh my gosh. Candy saying, I can't wait for Chicago. Wow, I'm so excited.
I know. I'm so excited too.
So all the details. So the link is in the chat box, and I'm going to post it inside of the description of this video as well. If you're watching on the recording, it will be there. So you can go check out the link. All the details are there. There's 2 spots left for in person if you want to come and attend in Chicago. And we have a room set up for you, so that can be taken care of as well. That is $15.97 for the in-person. And then if you desire to join us online virtually and be a part of the group that way, like we said, you're still going to be part of everything. We're going to talk to you, answer your questions, all of the things. That ticket is $8.97, and you can have your virtual pass that way. All of the details are on the website. And if you have anything that comes up, any questions, whatever, you can always reach out to me through the contact form on the website, or either of us on our social medias. All of the things. So
yes, Gabriella says it's too far for me. I'll be there in spirit. You can be there virtually, friend. You do not have to travel all that distance.
Yes.
Grab your online pass, $8.97, and come and sit in a space with us and expand in the space with us. You know, I think I talked about it yesterday. It's not just about us showing up and teaching for your expansion. It's about you stepping into this to make this event and the aftershocks all they're supposed to be. For you, for me, for all of us. I mean, it's so important. There's many aspects of this event that are playing out. You know, for me, one of the greatest things about this event is that I am able to take my family with me. And so this is going to be something that I'm probably going to regret. I'll probably tell you this is the thing. Why did I bring them with me? But I love the fact that I get to do this amazing work and still celebrate this work with people, and as well bringing my family into it, because it's such a key thing. And this is the aspect behind the scenes stuff that we're going to be able to share with you as well, because you can live the life that you desire and celebrate it at the same time and live it fully with your family there, loving on you that much more. You can be, I'm speaking to the moms out there, you can be the mom that has the business and the money and the kids all in the same space, and you're doing life. You know, the universe is so supporting you. The gentleman out there, it's time for you to put this energy, this burden energy you place on yourself, that you have to work hard to support your family. Please come show up. I'm calling you out, show up, so we can show you a better way that you can not only show up for your family, take care of your family, but be that masculine, safe space for them to thrive. We want to show you what that means by expressing it to you through our own experiences, because I have many stories about that. So thank you so much for this amazing opportunity to show up on your page and share all this awesomeness in this masterclass with you.
Thank you for saying yes to this, and for always bringing your incredible magical energy, your light, your love, like all of the things. It's just so great. And I'm so grateful that we get to do this together and just do all the things together. It's just so fun. I'm so excited.
So good.
Domenico is saying, I'm attending Beyond Limitations virtually. Yes, I love that. So
she is. Oh my gosh. Hi, how are you?
Yes.
I love meeting new people, so this is going to be so good. Yay.
I love it.
Yes.
Life with faith beyond limitations. Yes, Jenny. So good.
Jenny. Yes. Awesome. Thank you.
All right. Well, then that concludes our masterclass. So one, for those of you who are watching the recording, make sure that you are saying hello in the comments below. Share with us your breakthroughs, the things that we talked about here. Post that in the comments. The link to join Beyond Limitations, if you're watching on the recording, I'm not sure if you can see the live chat. I hope you can, but if you cannot, you can check it out in the description below. I'm also going to pin it in the comment below. I'm also going to have all of Jackie's information if you want to connect with her, find her on social media, all of the things that will all be found in the description below this video. And then finally, for those of you who may have, jumped into this video, there's a day one if you have not caught that. So go watch day one. It's on my channel. Just go to my channel. You should see day one there. And then you can catch up on all of the things. So I think that is Yay! You are so welcome,
So good.
everybody. Thank you for sharing your
Thanks,
energy,
Jess.
your spirit, all of the things, your love, sharing in the comments, the things that have been coming up for you, being vulnerable in all of the ways, showing up for yourself in this.
Yes.
And I'm so excited for everyone who's joining us for Beyond Limitations, whether you are coming in person or online. It's going to be so good. I'm so excited.
Me too.
Incredible.
Yes.
So
All right.
that is it. As always, we are both sending you so much love, so many angel blessings, and I will see you next time, but I'm sure Jackie will see you again sometime in the future too.